If you are experiencing foundation issues, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
And our weekly visit with Tom Roberts, the CEO of the Greater Coosa Valley Chamber of Commerce in Childersburg. Tom, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning. Happy to be here this morning.
Listen, honor to have you with us. As always, a lot of excitement going on in Childersburg as we head into the last quarter of the year.
Well, there's a lot going on this time of year. Starting with this weekend, a little bit up the road in Oak Grove, the 9th annual Fall Family Festival from the town of Oak Grove. And it's, I guess the key word in this particular event is free. Doesn't cost you anything to get in, doesn't cost you anything to park, doesn't cost you anything to grab a ride from your vehicle to the actual festival. The music is free, all of the activities for the kids, and there's plenty of fun things the kids will want to do and take part of. That's all going to be free. Plus there'll be lots of great food. There'll be lots of great arts and crafts and authors and all sorts of wonderful things going on this weekend. It was probably one of the smoothest, best running festivals that I've ever been a part of, and I've been a part of a few last year, and this year looks to be bigger and better. So,
will Hodges Meteorite be on hand again this year?
It will indeed. They always bring that back. They started out calling this the Homecoming Festival for the meteorite, but it will also be there. But lots of fun things and something for everyone. Bring you lawn chairs. The weather.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be great. It's going to be about 70, 75 degrees. The range during the hours from 9 to 2, so it's going to be absolutely fabulous. Plenty of good sunshine.
Good part about that too, Tom, and you know this better than most. You can come, stay a while, and leave, and come back again if you want to.
Absolutely. That's one of the big keys. You can. It's just a pleasurable time that you can relax.
Are you picking and grinning there?
No. They don't want me playing, nor do they want me singing. I sing professionally at the funerals of unliked people, so everybody cries.
So there's a lot of talent going to be there for that.
Oh, absolutely. That's one of the hallmarks of this event. They always put on a really big show. And last year we had the steadiest crowd I think I've ever seen at a festival around here. Folks came and stayed. There was always a good crowd on hand. As soon as one person pulled out of the parking area, somebody else pulled in, and that's a good thing. The next weekend we got another one over in Childersburg. This will be at the Limbaugh Community Center, the first annual Pumpkin Festival, and a lot of the same things going on. But one of the things that I really want to push as far as this is concerned is the friends of ours in downtown Childersburg, Renaissance Bank, are in the midst of their Pinkoween celebration. It's something they do every October. The idea is to raise both awareness and funds for Breast Cancer Research Foundation. And that's one of the big things. As part of the Pumpkin Festival, they are hosting the sponsoring, if you will, hosting the chili cook-off. So if you're a good chili cook, come on now, show off a little bit. All the money raised is obviously going for a very wonderful cause, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But we need, 3 or 4 more cooks. So we hope you'll come be a part of that.
Can I open a can of Hormel and kind of add a few ingredients?
Sure, you'll lose, but we'll out you when you get there. But hey, it's better than no chili at all.
There you go.
That's going to be a lot of fun, and the next event that they have coming up at Renaissance is Sunday on a Monday, this coming Monday. So a lot of big things going on in the area, and this is the time of the year. I like the back-to-back festivals. We have done that the last several years with Coosa Fest and the Grits Festival, and that always works out pretty well. Gives folks a refreshment feeling to have a couple of things back to back, and we're kind of special. That's the feeling that it creates, and we're doing the same thing the next 2 weekends.
Had the First Lady on with you from Childersburg last week, and
we were a hit, but I kind of think it was her.
Yeah, a lot of great comments about that, despite you.
And you too. That's what I'm saying. We can take credit for it, but we know it was her. And that's just another example of community coming together for a wonderful thing. And another one that I'm hoping the community really comes together for, because this is a sign of a lot of wonderful things to come. They are putting the finishing touches, a little touch-up paint here and there at the new Jacks. And on Monday, October 22nd at 4:45 p.m., we're going to be cutting the ribbon on that big boy. And I'm ready for my chicken. They're going to open at 5 that morning and have breakfast and lunch and a little bit of dinner. But the big celebration comes right after the ribbon cutting. They'll have the high school band and a lot of other festivities going on for a 2-hour grand opening of that facility. So Monday, October 22nd, late in the afternoon. We hope you'll be there.
Sounds good. Jack's right there on Highway 280. You can't miss it. And you can't miss either the... they're doing those turn lanes and stuff over there on 280 now, too.
Yes, and now that process is going to go on for a while, because this is going to entail work on every single crossover from the Coosa River all the way to the 2131 highway interchange there in Sylacauga. All of the ones that remain, a lot of crossovers are going to go away. The ones that remain will all have acceleration and deceleration lanes to help
Those
make it
are good,
safer.
brother.
Those are good, but that's going to take a little work. The good news we got in the last week or so is that the bridge project is still on schedule to be completed by August of 2019. And one of the signs that I was looking for, they put the base paving down on the road leading to and from the bridge, the new portion of the bridge. That means that we're very close to moving all the traffic from the old 280 over to the new one while they finish the bridge on the second part. And that's going to make things quite a bit different. We got all kind of upset when we had to move traffic over a little bit and get ready for that. Well, this is going to be even more major, because it's going to eliminate that traffic light at the top of the hill, at least temporarily. It's coming back. Don't get upset with that. But what it's going to mean is that you're going to have to go farther out in one direction or the other to get on and off of Highway 280 from either direction, because the traffic's going to be moving more steadily. There's not going to be a gap where the traffic light stops them. It's going to be a lot less convenient. Go ahead and plan out your routes now of where and how you want to get on and off the Highway 280, because it's not going to be fun, it's not going to be pretty, but in the long run, and we have a pretty finite definition of when this is going to be completed.
Use those big words, Tom.
Oh, I opened up a can of mayonnaise. That was my 50-cent word for yesterday.
Hey, downtown beginning to take shape for the holiday season, too.
Well, besides all the dressing up, there's a little bit of additional help, because we have some people that are working on buildings, and we have gotten a couple of grant applications in, 3 to be specific. One for the Limbaugh Community Center that will be updating the restrooms, the first major renovation that building has had since it was built in the mid-'70s. And also adding some more floor space over there. But a couple of the buildings that we either have our hands on or will soon have our hands on. We're getting ready with grant funds to do something with those buildings. But those 2 for downtown are among 8 that are currently under some stage of renovation. And that's a big positive, because I know a lot of folks resist change. They don't like change to happen. And that's pretty much how downtown Childersburg got into the shape that it has been in. Because when you don't plan for change, when you don't plan for progress, a lot of times what that ends up meaning is that change is going to happen anyway, but it's not good. And exciting things going on. Every entity that I'm aware of associated with the city, from the Commercial Development Authority, the mayor and council, the Water, Sewer, Gas Board, all those folks are getting involved and helping to put forth a more constructive plan for progress for the Childersburg area. Got a lot of things on the horizon.
Absolutely. I saw a little note, how the policemen, when they check buildings and stuff after closing time, and sometimes they'll leave a little thing there and says police number, blah, blah, was
We were here.
And I saw that just a couple of days ago. And, you know, we're fortunate in our local community that we live in, that we've got law enforcement people who, just like you and I, they're skilled at what they do and they care.
Absolutely, and that's happened to me there at the Chamber Building in Childersburg on several occasions. I've come back to find their little card. I've also gotten a phone call in the middle of the night where somebody left, probably me, left the door open and I had to go deal with it. But, you know, that's part of it. You know that they've got your back and they're checking behind you, and that's a very comforting feeling. And it's also a part of an overall plan, step-by-step plan that Mayor Ken Wesson has introduced. He wants to build a situation where Childersburg will be known unequivocally, with the data to back it up, the safest community in America. And that's a lofty goal.
Oh, yeah.
That's a very lofty goal, but one that's reachable if we keep taking the steps to do those kinds of neighborly things.
Yeah, Christmas is coming real soon.
Oh, goodness. Slow down a little bit. We got into our board meeting yesterday, some of the details of retail promotion, Christmas tree lighting, also the Christmas parade, and we're excited about all the possibilities because, for all intents and purposes, as we pointed out last week with the First Lady, Tricia Wesson, we're basically turning Childersburg into Christmasburg. It's a place where people who enjoy Christmas decorations and the lights and other things are going to have a definitive go-to place that they can come and find the Christmas spirit. That's a big thing, and it's not shying away from the true meaning of Christmas either.
Have you got your big scissors for these grand openings?
We wore out the last pair. Had a little trouble the last time we tried to cut a ribbon, so with help from my new board chairman, Diane Kay of Cadence Bank, got a new pair, and they're raring to go. Got some ribbon, and that's just one, the one at Jack's. We know a definitive date, but we've got 3 more that are on the horizon. It'll come boom, boom, boom in the coming weeks. But that's another thing. After many, many years, some say decades, maybe even centuries, Mort Moody has headed up the board for the Chamber of Commerce there in Childersburg, and he's decided to step down. He'll move back to his natural role, an accountant. He'll be the treasurer. He's not going away, but he's stepping aside, and a very excited Diane Kay. My phone got blown up yesterday afternoon. I need to know this, this, and this. So she's taking the job seriously, and I'm excited about the help and support that I'm going to get from her.
And finally, a lot of traffic streaming south to north, escaping Hurricane Michael, and that travel north toward Shelby County and Jefferson County and points north of there, west of there. That can cause a little extra traffic on our roadways.
Well, one of the things too, one of the usual destinations for folks fleeing hurricanes in the south has always been the track. Well, that's not available this weekend. It's kind of busy, so that's going to create a few extra problems. But the folks, especially in the Panama City Beach, Pensacola, Fort Walton, Destin, that area, they, how do I put this? They have a heightened sense of fear because I've talked with a bunch of them, have family down there, and it's coming a direct hit. In the Panama City area, and although they have done an awful lot over the last several decades to be prepared for such events, there's nothing you can do but at this point but leave and sit it out and hope that when you get back home that things are going to be as close to as you left them as humanly possible. So if you see some folks from down south that have the Florida tax, please be hospitable hosts. They're more than a little bit antsy over what they're having.
You mentioned the track. It is a busy weekend here this weekend.
It is. Things have, that's, you know, a lot of times we try to, as a region, try to schedule things outside of that weekend and away from that weekend. We learned a long time ago that, hey, it's not a bad time to have something going on like the Oak Grove Fall Family Festival because we have other visitors that are looking for a little extra thing or two to do while they're in town to take in Sunday's race. So it's a big weekend, a lot of traffic, a lot of extra folks. Besides football, the race, the folks coming down from up from Florida, it's going to be an interesting next week or so.
Yeah, quickly mention about those couple of festivals that's coming up here in Sylacauga and Oak Grove and Childersburg area.
This weekend, Oak Grove, the Fall Family Festival, and then the next weekend it's going to be the first annual Pumpkin Festival in Childersburg. And that one has come along very, very well. There'll be a lot of things for the kids to do, the chili cook-off, and it'll be indoor, outdoor. There'll be tents everywhere. There'll be booths all set up. So a lot of fun things going on in Oak Grove and Childersburg for the next 2 weekends. And we're happy to be a part of it and help spread the word. So y'all come on out. The weather looks like it's going to be absolutely grand. And fall, the name of the Fall Family Festival, it's taking its name with the weather this year because we're actually going to feel fall for the first time. The high temperature, probably about 73, 74, and that'll probably be after the bulk of the festivities before it even reaches that high. So grab a sweater and leave it in the car in case you need it.
All right, Tom, thanks for being here. As always, good to see you.
Thank you.
Tom Roberts, CEO of the Greater Coosa Valley Chamber of Commerce, our guest, always a Wednesday fixture here on Daybreak. We got more after this.